Hello, it's been a while. I've been really busy doing lots of projects, and I've not really had an opportunity to do videos as I used to in the past. And I've been involved in lots of projects. So if you check your calendar very well, you find that this is the middle of the year. That's June. And what I do every June is I check the past 6 months, what I have achieved. I take a stock of my life or what I've achieved, and I set a target for the next 6 months. And at the end of the year, I also go back to check how was it the last 6 months, the second 6 months, and I just check and then I'll total it and see how I did for the year, for the 12 months. And this has been a routine for my life for a very long time. It might not be the case for you, but for me, that's what I've been doing, and it has helped me so much to pattern my life, live an effective life, and to be effective, efficient in my activities. Now, if you recall last time, around December or January, I did some video. I did a video showing you some of the books I bought and the books I will be reading for the for the year. And something significant happened. Within 6 months, I've been able to finish those books. Now, this is unusual for me. This is the first time this thing is happening, that I finished this amount of or these loads of books within 6 months period. Now, I want to show you some of the books, all the books I read for the past 6 months from December, late December to date, and the one I will be reading for the next 6 months. Okay, I read this book. That's The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. If you recall very well, you find that I told you about this book. This Trading in the Zone, same Mark Douglas. This is strictly for traders, those who are traders. This is I Will Teach You to Be Rich, Ramit Sethi. Ramit Sethi. It's an awesome book, very nice book. This is more of like a modern day financial uh, lesson, how to pattern your life uh, and make it effective and live an efficient financial life. That's what this book talked about. Trading for a living. That's by Dr. Alexandra Elder. This is a very, if you're a trader, this book is one of the books that you should read. Though I've read this book in PDF copy, but I needed it in a hard copy. In charge by Dr. Mice. This is one of the books I read. This one. He's late though. He died in 2014, but his legacy lives on. Finding the leader within you. Each and every one of us is a leader, but we are not meant. We are not meant to lead to. We are not built or born to lead people. We are born to live in an area of our gifts. That's what he was talking about. Each and every one of us has a gift. You might be a medical doctor, you might be a good craftsman, you might be a good athlete, you might be a good footballer. Whatever, you are meant to be a leader in a specific area or in a skill, but not really to lead people. Do you understand? That's what this book really talked about. Thinking for Yourself. This is a very great book. Thinking for Yourself. It's a very nice book. And a practical guide to overcome biases, avoid deception, and cultivate critical thinking. This is very nice book. The Pursuit of Purpose by Dr. Mice. The Pursuit of Purpose by Dr. Mice. This is a very nice book. If you are lacking purpose in your life, you need this book. You need each and every one of us. We aim at nothing. We aim at nothing when we don't have a vision. Do you understand? So it's a very nice book. Everybody who wants to be a good, who wants to live an effective life, a productive life, needs to read. Okay, the next book I read was Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. This book did an interesting thing in my life. It helped me to understand the subconscious mind, and I delve deeper into the subconscious mind. And because of this book, I bought lots of subconscious mind books. I was so focused on my second escapade to buy mind related books. This book was one of it that helped me. This is a very interesting book. I went to find one of the book, some You Are Your Placebo. He also wrote it, but I couldn't find it. It's a very, very, very nice book. You Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. This is a very nice book. This is how someone who came that's from rag to riches, and we know Goggins. He's one of the best athletes in the world, and I know he's a Marine or so, I guess, and but it's a very nice book. Can't Hurt Me. The story is very, very interesting, and it will help you to, you are not really, you're living to prove to yourself that you're living to prove to yourself that this is who you are, this is what you can achieve. You're not living to prove to someone else that this is you are not living on the expectations of other people. I think that's what this book helps you to grasp. The next book I read was Atomic Habits, James Clear. This is one book I would recommend everybody to read. Atomic Habit. This is a very, very interesting book. Talked about tiny changes that compounds over time. This is a very interesting book. If you are struggling, this was one of after I read Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself, I think I read this Atomic Habits. So two of them helped me to to deal with a lot of things in my life. So if you're struggling with making changes in your life, this book will help you to really it will really help a lot. The Forest Mindset. This book is for traders. If you're a trader, you can just scan through it. The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. This book is very, very interesting. If you're a million, if you are an estate, if you're into real estate, or you want to delve or want to dive into real estate, this is a very, a very nice book to read. It's very, very nice. Okay. The Super Trader, Make Consistent Profits, Good and Bad Markets by Van K. Papp. This is mostly if you're a trader, you will need this book. These are great authors, very, very great authors. How to Deal with Idiots and Stop Being One Yourself. This book is interesting. It was in this book I found that in every profession there are idiots. There might be medical doctors, lawyers, engineers, aeronautic engineers, whatever. In every field, no matter how educated they are, we have idiots there. I'm telling you, there are. That's why you might say, but this guy is educated. Why is he behaving? Why is he acting crazy? He's an idiot. Confirmed idiot. Okay, let's go to the next one. The Candlestick Trading Bible. If you're a trader, you can scan through this book. It's a very nice book for a trader to read. And okay, this Essential, The Disciplined Pursuit of Lex. This book is good, very, very good. If over time you find that what we are really looking for in life are the most efficient things we do not really see are important. In life, we think that all we need is money. No. There's something Dr. Mice said. He said poor people think about money, rich people think about things. Rich people think about things. I have this, I can buy this, I have that, that. Wealthy people think about ideas. So if you're thinking about money always, you already know your class. If you're thinking about things, I want to buy this, I want to have this, I want to have that, you know where you belong. But if ideas rule the world, if you're thinking about ideas, how wealth is hidden in ideas. So if you're thinking about idea, or you're thinking about ideas, how to expand it, then that's where the real deal is. Okay, Elon Musk, he's now a trillionaire. Kudos to him. He worked hard for it. But you and I we believe, will come to a conclusion that that guy is crazy about ideas. He's so crazy about ideas that he works. He's someone they say that works. He's always active. So ideas rules the world. Thinking with machines. If we live in a world of AI, so if you're not really thinking in the perspective of maximizing AI, something is wrong with your brain. Okay, the psychology of wealth, understand your relationship with money and achieve prosperity. This book is very, very nice. It just says it all by itself. The next one is The Power of Character in Leadership by Dr. Mice. I really miss this man, late Dr. Mice. I really miss this man. He talked about character. The essence, character speaks for itself. Character speaks for itself. If you are a leader, which every one of us are, and you have a questionable character, you are not leading by example. Leaders are people who their presence makes a lot of differences because of their character. The Naked Forest, that's a very nice book if you're a trader. Trader's Mindset, 21 Rules to Master Your Psychology and Win in the Trade, and win in the trading. How to control emotions, build discipline, and achieve long-term success. That is it. As you can see, it's a very nice book if you're a trader. The Black Book of Forex Trading. That's for traders. If you're a trader, very, very interesting. The Act of Spending Money. The act of spending money. They say money comes quick, but spending it, you spend it very fast. That's an act of spending money. That's a time ago I did a video concerning tracking your expenses. I still do it to today. Each day, I write down every expenses I've made every day. Then at the end of the month, I total it up. Then I'll check based on the previous months, what are the things where am I spending much more? And which days do I spend much more? Now, this is the art of spending money. Simple choices for a richer life. This is very, very good. It's a very good book for everybody to read. The Basic Laws of Human Stupidity. You need to read this book. It's really very funny to find that most people who you think are wise are stupid. Most of these celebrities, influencers, at times I wonder what kind of world are these people living. And the funniest thing that people who are stupid as they are supporting them. The Market Wizard, Conversations with American Stock Traders. That's Swagger. It's a very nice book. Very, very nice book. 10x 10x is easier than 2x. This book is very, very good. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to read this book. I wonder how you be an entrepreneur. I've not thought about reading this book. Nah, that's out of this world. The Psychology of Trading. The Psychology of Trading. That's this is a very nice book. Very, very nice book. It's very, that's by Steinberger. Okay, At times we think that uh, reading or knowledge uh, impacts lives. That's what we feel. But over time, we'll come to realize that really, at times, knowledge is, how will I put it? It's a burden. At times, wisdom is a burden. Do you understand? So, reading does not really make you wise. I'll put it that way. It might expose you to wisdom, but it may not really make you wise. But the application of what you've read, that's what makes the difference. This is the last book. This book, that's The Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. That's the book I'm currently reading right now. I think I'm on page 168. The Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. This is a very fantastic book. Now, this was the last book I bought for last 6 months, and once I finish this book, I want to show you the ones that I'll be reading for the next 6 months. Okay, actually, I bought this book this week, Finance Basics. So it's Finance Basics. That's a very nice book. I've not really read it, but I just can't show it. I see it's a very interesting book. The next one is Thinking Fast and Slow, the international bestseller. Thinking Faster. I've read this book, the soft copy, but I really needed the hard copy. There's something about hard copies I've found out. If you are an avid reader, you feel the hard copy more than the soft copies. So I think I saw it. I said I needed this book. It helps you. The hard copies has an influence on the reader. Now, Waiting and Dating by late Dr. Miles. Waiting and Dating. This is really good for marriages, dating, relationships, the power of your subconscious mind. I told you that after reading the other book, I had to develop interest in more of the subconscious mind. I wanted to at times what runs our life is deeper than what we know. Some people say, I make money, but I don't know how I spend it. I don't know, I want to do this, but I don't know what pushes me to do the other thing. These are subconscious mind running our lives, but we do not know about it. Do you understand my point? So I think the most important thing is realizing awareness. When you are aware of the situations and the circumstances you're going through, you will now begin to find solutions to it. The next book I bought was Crucial Conversation: Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High. This is a very nice book. Very, very nice book. I scanned through it. I said, man, I need this book. The next one is The Fifth Agreement. I saw the fourth agreement. I saw the fifth agreement. I said, I'm going for this one. Since the same person wrote the fourth and the fifth, let me go for this one. So this is The Fifth Agreement. Next one is Effortless. This was the guy that wrote it's essential, the disciplined pursuit of less. So he also wrote this one too, Effortless. So I saw it. I said this would be a very good read. Very, very good read. Okay, Blink. Okay, that's it, baby. That's it. You see, it's a very nice book. Malcolm Gladwell. I think he wrote The Random Walk to Wall Street, or The Black Swan. Sorry, The Black Swan. He wrote The Black Swan. This guy, I think. He did. Mindset. The New Psychology of Success. I told you most of the books I bought were mostly subconscious, all mind related, dealing with the mind. If you're not willing, the conscious mind is a tip of an iceberg compared to what the subconscious mind is. I find out that the Adam's curse, if you know what I mean by the Adam's curse, when, according to the book of life, when Adam disobeyed God or the Creator, he was cursed that he needed to work hard to get what he wanted in life. So each and every one of us has something we struggle with. Everybody, 9.8 billion people on earth, has something they struggle with, and that's the Adam's curse. Why is it that a child born should they came innocent, really? But they, as long as they have this flesh, they are bound by Adam's curse. You need to work hard to get what you want in life, baby. No shortcuts. Okay, the next book is The Act of Thinking Clearly. The Act of Thinking Clearly. Yeah. That's it. See? The Act of Thinking Clearly. This is a very, very interesting book. I want to go deeper into the mind. This is psycho-cybernetics. Very nice, interesting topic. Someone talked about this book, and when I saw it, I picked it up. Psycho-cybernetics. Okay, the next one is the Stoic Habit. How to own your choices even when it's difficult. You see that? Okay, the next one is The Power of Habits. The Power of Habits. You don't know how interesting habits are until they deal with you, or until you want to change one of it. Then you understand that habits are very difficult to change. The Power of Now. It's a nice read. A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. Surrounded by Idiots. Surrounded by Idiots. I like the topic. See that? Surrounded by idiots. But if you think about it, very fine that most people are surrounded by idiots. So I want to find out more about that. And he also wrote another one, which is Surrounded by Psychopaths. Isn't that interesting? Same person writing Surrounded by Idiots. I heard he wrote also Surrounded by Liars. That's crazy. How to Own Your Own Mind, Napoleon Hill. The person that wrote Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. That's it. Take Nothing Personally. How to stop reacting, focus on yourself, and live with ease. You see that? That's what I'm going to eat up for the next 6 months, baby. I'm not fucking around to find out. Hell no. I said hell fucking no. Okay. Rediscovering the Kingdom Expanded Edition. Dr. Miles Monroe. I've been looking for this book for a very long time. You know, his concept about kingdom is very, very logical and sensible. I like it. So I've been looking for this book. Isn't it funny? I've listened to this man's, all his recordings, all his YouTube channels, all his videos. I've watched it all. Isn't that crazy? Except the ones that they've not released today. I like this book. I love his concept about kingdom. You know, it's really crazy that we are so religion minded. We are not giving we are not giving religion. Nah, nobody was given religion. We are given a kingdom. Earth is a kingdom to manage, a real estate. But we said we don't want to manage earth. We want to go to heaven, where angels are managing. Can you? Something is wrong with humanity. The mind of man, there's something wrong about the mind of man that education cannot fix. I'm telling you, or spiritually cannot fix it. The next one is the spirit of leadership. Same Dr. Mize. This is fantastic. I love this book. So I've been able to show you the books I've read for the past 6 months or 7 months, and this is the next book I'll be reading for the next 6 months. Now, I found out that my life has taken a quantum leap. My life has expanded beyond my imagination within these last 6 months. I've read these books, because the more you read, the more you are humbled. You find out that you don't really know anything. One characteristic of wisdom is the more you study, the more you find out you know nothing, that you are not even close to knowledge. You just have a tip of it, but you don't really know what it is. Now, the fact that I'm exposing myself to all this knowledge does not mean that I'm applying everything. There are some things I take, there are some things I see that no, this is not for me. Okay, that's books. What books does is introduce you to knowledge. Then you have to think and say, okay, I need this, I want this. You sieve, you sieve, you take out the things you need, the things you don't need, the things, that's what knowledge does. Now, you also know there are knowledge that are dangerous too. I was reading a book while I was a teenager. My dad told me, do not read this book. Over time, I found out why he told me not to read that book. I found out that book was an occultic book. So he noticed it and told me, don't read this book. Now, in our quest for knowledge, we might be so intertwined or so anxious about reading that we read the wrong books. So also knowing when something is not the right thing to do is very, very important. Now, you might not be an avid reader like I am. Reading is my hobby. I read a lot because my specialty or my area of specialization demands I'm exposed to knowledge. It really, really demands it. So I don't want to be a jerk, So I expose myself to these sectors of life. Now, if you're not an avid reader, there are other ways to expose yourself to knowledge. Traveling is one of them. Having a friend who is a reader who could teach you is one of them. Also, listening, yours might be listening to audio tapes. Good. I'm not an audio tape listener that much. I like watching YouTube videos and reading, but listening to audios, I'm not really an audio type guy. There are some people who they are audio type people. Also, if you're driving, do you know that they say that if you listen to audio, or if you listen, you can turn your car into a university, So expose yourself to things you're not used to. Expose yourself to knowledge. Expose yourself to environment that impacts your life, changes your life. 1 year ago, exactly 1 year ago, this is 1 year I returned. 1 year ago, I changed the environment. And as I changed the environment, I have I've experienced an amount of growth beyond my imagination that I have not experienced for the past 10 years. Now, what am I saying this? Growth starts gradually, but environment affects growth. Environment influences growth, influences everybody. Do you understand? So I will encourage you, if your environment is not helping you grow maximally, change the environment. Expose yourself to circumstances that help you and grow you. Do not fuck around to find out how 2026 is gonna end, because baby, it's ending so fast. I assure you that. In a blink, bim, this year is over. I'll be in 2027. Now you'll be like, what? Wait a minute. What did I achieve last year? You cannot replace time. So I think I've been able to do a very good bit into this by telling you how my life has been, and I encourage you to live an effective life and be the best. Until next time, I bounce.